Video critique for Michael Harris and anybody else who's watching who wants to learn how to generate videos to create people to generate interest in people to specifically ask you about what you are doing, about your deal. So Michael Harris, thank you very much for the request to have me criticize constructively. So your opening and throughout the entire video was fluent. There was no dead space. There wasn't a lot of stuff like that a lot of us tend to do on habit. So kudos to you for that. And to this day, that's still something I have to consciously think about just a little bit. So that's not the easiest thing in the world. So I want to make sure everybody knows about that, because dead space makes people click off. There's so much information so fast. So way to go for that. The way that you started out was right into kind of an anecdotal story. That can work very well if it's really entertaining and engaging. And I honestly, with yours, it's good, but I don't know if it's going to create a lot of leads. So watch how it does. And if it doesn't, then I would suggest in the future, if you start off with an anecdotal story, that it just be more entertaining, maybe be a little bit more animated or something like that. Or the other great way to start a video, which is the way I typically do it if I don't do a really great anecdotal story, is I will open up with a powerful question or a statement of some kind of like how I did with this one. It was more of a statement, kind of a claim, like I'm going to help you, I'm going to give you information that's going to help you create videos that's going to generate interest in people to want to contact you specifically about what it is that you're doing. That sounds really cool, right? That's the way I opened this one. So people that have that on their brain are going to be like, oh, okay, I'll stick around for that. So that's my thought with that. So right off the bat, anecdotal story, it has to be really entertaining. Watch, see what happens with yours. And if you don't do an anecdotal story in future ones, just do really powerful questions or statements to open up with, or toy around with both of them. And the rest of your video, so you went into we're going to make it a great 2016. Really great content. It flowed smoothly, but here's what I would do differently in the future for something like this. I would have a setup for a stronger call to action. So at the end is basically share the video, pass it on if you know somebody that would like this. Really cool, because I'm not a fan of just telling people to do something without providing any value. So it's like, if you like this, if you know somebody that might like it, if you feel it's worthy, anything along those lines, please feel free to pass it on, share it. I do that all the time, and I find I get more shares and things like that. But if you want to go beyond just to share, but to develop leads, specifically people that might want to know about what you're doing, here's what you can do. So you do your anecdotal story, and then you could do something like, here's a huge tip. Or your statement in the beginning could be, or question in the beginning, here's my biggest tip for you to help you achieve your New Year's resolution or your biggest goal for 2016. Then you go into it. And then at the end of it, you could say something like, you just delivered something really powerful, a big tip. And at the end of it, you say something like, if you like this video, somebody else that might like it too, please feel free to pass it on, share it with somebody else that might like it, pay it forward. And if you'd like to have my other 5 tips beyond this first one, you want to look deeper at my best stuff that I have for helping you close in on your goals this year, or you could be specific to close in on your weight loss goals this year, private message me for this really cool blog post, or if you don't have a blog, private message me for this really cool 1-page document I poured myself into with my best stuff to help you overcome obstacles so that you can lose the weight that you want to lose this year and make this year count for real. Private message me, it's totally free. I'll send it right on over to you. And if you know somebody else that might like it, feel free to pass this video on to them too. Now, how would that be for a closing, right? That would be pretty cool, I think. And then, of course, you have to have the 1-page document or the blog post or whatever, a resource you can send them to. And then in that document, like let's say you got your 5 best tips or whatever, you give away really cool stuff, and then you over-deliver. You add a 6th one in there. And the 6th one could be, I don't know, it could be a link to your Shakeology page, or maybe it could be your Shake, info about Shakeology, something to pique their interest to get them to ask you about the Shakeology thing. And the key to get that to work would be the value before that point has to be really good. They have to be able to get a result without the Shakeology, so that you've earned the right to tell them about Shakeology, just for example. So try those ideas out and see what happens. Have fun with that. And for the call to action in my video, practicing what I'm preaching, if you know somebody on your team that could benefit from this video, somebody that's into making videos, and somebody that would be interested in having people connect with them specifically about what they're doing, pass this on, share this with your team. And I've also got more social media on my website, fireyourboss.xyz. Not .com. It's a force of habit, I know. It's .xyz, fireyourboss.xyz. Social media training stuff tried and proven to work by yours truly. Take care.